Good morning, student. I'm Dr. Manju. In the continuation of the chapter second, the next topic today we will discuss about the nutraceutical proteins. So, what is the nutraceutical proteins? Clear? So, you have to keep in your mind if protein have a two value. First, it gives nutrition. Next, it provide the pharmaceutical value or work as a medicine. Next, again, if protein provide two benefits to you, first nutrition as well as pharmaceutical value or work as a medicine for you, then this protein is called the nutraceutical proteins. The word nutraceutical we can easily understand in case of the baby milk. Some baby or young one also have the tolerance with the lactose. Clear? Some young ones or baby also show the intolerance with the lactose. So what it's mean? They show the allergy symptoms against the lactose. So the company produce a milk that having a same constraint, same nutrition value, clear, but the lactose is absent in this milk, so that this type of person or baby can consume this milk, or infant can consume this milk. Clear? So this type of the protein or milk is called the nutraceutical proteins. If the babies don't take the milk, now you can understand how the babies grow. So for the alternative source is searched, it's a nutraceutical proteins. So the through this process, through this process, company develop a milk that is a lack of the lactose. So this milk is, so where does one get the raw? All the raw building material is present in it. Amino acid is also present. Everything is present except the lactose. So during the infancy, we develop depend on the milks. All of you know very well. So the baby milk formulations are also there by the different companies also. For example, Amul lactogenous comes in the market that is given to the baby, so which have been formulated to have similar compositions to the mother milk, and all these food material provide the essential component and nutritionally for the growth and development of the baby for the few months also. And a typical composition of the from the buffalo and human and cow sources given in the table. So next is the some other and there is a composition. This table is showing the composition of the milk from buffalo, cow and human. Clear? Human and cow. So in this table you can understand the how much amount of the protein is present in the buffalo milk and how much amount of the protein is present in human milk and in case of the cow milk. So what is the different type of the proteins? General proteins, now the casein protein, lactoalbumin and lactoglobulins. So these are the proteins. Now the fat, how much amount of the fat is present in buffalo milk, human and cow. Clear? So it's a 3.7 in case of the cow, and in case of the buffalo it gives the 7.5. That's why the buffalo milk is called, it's a heavy milk. So the calorific value and calcium content is present in the buffalo milk and here in the cow milk and human milk. And now next the phosphorus content, chloride contents. So these are the contents that is present in the buffalo, human and cow. So you can understand better way through the comparisons in this table. So next there is the other proteins also that is produced through the nutraceutical values. So now it can observe that the milk containing several protein, carbohydrate, lipid, vitamins, antibodies and minerals, etc. So it is interesting note that the human milk have nearly half of amount of the casein as compared to the cow and buffalo. So after 6 months, all of you know, we can say the everything is given to the child. So that the nutritional um, demand of the baby can be fulfilled. Now, since the time immortal whey, na? So liquid part of the curd, it's also an importance. So in case of the curd, you know the lactobacillus bacteria is present and administered to the sick for the treatment of numerous ailments. Now, Bariceli reported on the therapeutic use of the cow goat whey, sometimes mixed with the honey and herbs. As you know, we will say that cow milk is also work as a nutraceutical protein, or you can say for the treatment of the different disease also. So the spectrum of illness treatment with whey includes jaundice, infected skin lesions, genitourinary tract infections, and Galen Hippocrates insisted on a minimum daily drinking of 1 liter of whey proteins. So these are the different proteins that is used for the treatment of different disease. Using modern scientific research, if we see, so research it has been possible to explain these observations also. So the whey protein results in the elevation of the tripeptides glutathione content in your body and cells, and this peptide is reducing compounds and has a broad range of function, including it is also work so the detoxifications whey proteins, if you are taking a whey proteins, so it also provide the detoxification in your body and xenobiotics and protection of the cellular component from the effect of oxygen intermediates or basically from the free radicals. So if these free radicals damage your body cells, so if you are taking a protein, as you know, so protein prevent you from the from your cells from the free radicals. So more recently, curd has also been used as a probiotic. As you know, the curd having a lactobacillus bacteria. So this bacteria produce different vitamins also. So and this is milk is working as a, or curd is working as a probiotic. Probiotic is the combination of the bacteria that makes your intestine healthy. So administers with the antibiotics, so because it is a good source of the beneficial bacteria which can colonize the intestinal tract, clear, so gives useful components of the whey. So now these are the some whey proteins that is given in this table, so you can learn such as the growth factors and free amino acids and glucomeropeptidase, yeah, and lactoperoxidase. All these whey proteins provide prevent you from the different disease. So I hope you have to understand this topic.